Hey guys, it's Anafeast here, back finally again. I'm gonna start a new segment maybe. This one's gonna be dumb decks. That's basically what I do. What I like to do in Yu-Gi-Oh is make dumb decks, so that's what I'm gonna do here. So I'll take a bad archetype like the one I'm doing today, Dark Scorpions, and attempt to make it good, or just no dumb decks are just fun to play with, fun to make. So um, here's my take on Dark Scorpions. So if you don't know what Dark Scorpions do, when they inflict battle damage to their opponent, they activate one of two effects. So with first Don Zalug, I run three of him. If I inflict battle damage to my opponent, he either makes my opponent discard one random card, or they mill two cards, which is pretty good. I'll usually have them do the first one, discarding, but I guess milling's not bad if they don't have a hand. So I run three of him. Um, the leader of the Dark Scorpion game, so you gotta have him. Two Spirit Reaper. He's a good defender, being that he can't be destroyed with battle. And when he pokes for 300 directly, they discard a card. So it's more discarding. That's basically what the card does. It's a lot of stun, I guess. So the next one is three Chick the Yellow. Um, he's probably my favorite one. When he inflicts battle damage, my opponent either or both, I can choose a card to return to the owner's hand, so it could be my own. The second one, I look at the top card of my opponent's deck, and if it's a dark hole, I can put it on the bottom. But if it's an MST and I have no back row, I'll put it back on top, and basically I get to fate seal them for the next turn. So it's really good, especially late game when they have very few cards in hand. So I really like them. Next one is Mine or Mine, whatever. 1800 defense. She's the searcher. When she inflicts battle damage, I can either add a Dark Scorpion from my deck to my hand, or a Cliff, the trap remover, from my deck or from the grave. So, unfortunately, Don Zalug is not a Dark Scorpion, so I cannot search him out with Mine, but it does search out Cliff, which is weird. But anyway, so I run three of her. Cliff, the trap remover. When he inflicts battle damage, I either make I can destroy a spell or trap card my opponent controls, or I can have my opponent mill two cards, the same as Don Zalug. Although Don Zalug is much better, being that he's 1400 and Cliff is only 12. So, and then I run two Cliff because he's not bad. So, Songen searches out every monster in the deck, so gotta run that. And then two Mystic Tomato, again searches out all the monsters in the deck. I only run darks, so that's cool. Guess I could run Darkharn, but preferred not to. So that's cool. So those monsters only 16, very few number, but it works. It works out. So the first spell is that being that all Dark Scorpions are warrior type monsters, I can add any of the Dark Scorpions. So Road is really good for the deck. All my monsters are dark, so Allure works well. Just remove one of the ones I don't want, like a Cliff or these. A lot of times we'll remove a Cliff or a Mine from my hand, but whatever. Then three Pot of Duality. Pot of Duality makes everything more consistent usually. Well, not everything, but you get the idea. So next is three Shrink. What this deck does is basically when your opponent attacks you, you punish them for it. So they attack it with a Thunder King Ryo into your Don Zalug, you're gonna flip over Shrink. His attack is halved, so he's like 850 or 950, and they take first battle damage, so they take 450. And then their monster dies, and they have to discard a card. So that's pretty cool. They're gonna punish them for attacking. So it's really good. Then if my opponent isn't doing much, so they are afraid of my back row, because I do often have quite a few back row, I can play my two removal, either a Smashing Ground or a Nobleman of Crossout. So that's pretty good for the deck too. And then Staples, Monster Born, Dark Hurl, 2 MST. 2 warrior returning alive. I do run 2 or all my, again my they're all warriors, so I can just search out the ones I want from my graveyard. Don Zalugi is usually the choice. But now 2 traps. 2 Robin Goblin. I did run 3, but I dropped it because it just drew in too often. But anyway, when basically if they're gonna attack into my Don Zalugi, I'll flip over my Robin Goblin. I want to say Goblin Zombie. Robin Goblin. And then during damage step, flip over Shrink or Shrink or the next card, and destroy it. They'd have to discard 2 cards, one for Robin Goblin and one for Don Zalugi. So that's 2 cards just discard, and the monster just died by battle, so it is -3 off that attack. So it can be really devastating. And then the next trap, I run 3 Mirror Wall. Mirror Walls are really good in this deck. Halves the attacking monster. So again, it's like Shrink, but can be used. It has the total attack, not like Shrink, who only does original, but it only does the attacking. And I do have to pay 2,000 during each of my standby phases, but it says that if I have the choice, so if I don't want to pay 2,000, then the card's destroyed. So that's kind of cool. Then for monster destruction, I run Mirror Force, then Solemn Judgment, because Solemn Judgment is just good. And then Starlight Road, because I do often have two or 3 back row out at a time, so better safe than sorry. Then beatdown power of this deck is Exceeds, because they all are level 3 or level 4. There is a 5th Dark Scorpion Gorg, the Strong, but he's bad. He just rises. He just spins the monster back to the top of the deck, or I think makes him mill a card. So, and it's 5 stars, so it's not worth it, being only 1,800 attack. But anyways, back on topic of Exceed. So I have Gemini Pearl, which is a 2,600 vanilla Exceed, rank 4. Did I say level? Whatever. Leviair, because a lot of times I just will remove something with allures, and I'll just get it back. That's happened a couple times. Leviathan Dragon, it's pretty good. Bring back whatever. The Topia's good. And then Roach, the mediocre, rank 4, and then Stardust. Stardust, of course, we brought out only with either fight Synchro somehow, or through Starlight Road. So yeah, so that's the deck. You can definitely add more Exceeds, but if you're making this deck, the problem is the deck is that it only works during game 1, so it works great on Dueling Network, but during game 2 of a duel, this deck kind of falls apart, because they basically expect, like, oh, I can't attack him until I get rid of those back rows. I have something to answer to his spells or traps. So what you're gonna have to do is gonna run these cards I do on the side right now. Battle Mania makes your opponent attack. All your opponent's monsters attack. Staunch Defender, which makes your opponent attack one of your monsters. Or the last one I think is All Out Attack or something, which isn't probably the best one, but either Battle Mania or Staunch Defender. Basically make them attack, and you definitely probably will want to put in more monster removal, like Nobleman Crossout and Smashing. So that's the deck, guys. Tell me what you guys think. I really like this deck. I really worked hard on it, perfecting it. It's not perfected at all, really. I spent like a week on it, just tweaking it. So you guys should definitely test it out. It's just a fun deck. So that's stupid deck or dumb deck. I haven't decided which one I like better. So dumb deck number 1. That's what we're gonna call it. Thanks for watching, guys. Dark Scorpions for the win.